Hi, it's Dr. Ray here, and I have been coaching for 30 years now. Yes, so that makes me expert in what I'm about to talk about. So, most people really don't want to get help. Most people are not good candidates for coaching because they can't handle feedback really well. Um, and most people are still not ready to do the work. They might have the idea that they want to see change in their life. They might have the idea that things could be better. They might have the idea if they would be consistent in their life with some new direction, things would improve in their life. But for the most part, people are not really ready to do the work. And so when I uh, am exploring, a new candidate for coaching, the reason why I do this is because I want to see where a person's at. And some of the markers might be this, as an example, if they just happen to get into an argument on a weekend, they happen to be drinking alcohol, then them seeking my help might not be something that is true for them in their heart. In other words, they're doing it because their girlfriend just threatened them and said, "I'm going to break up with you if you do that shit one more time." Uh, it could just be that in that moment they were afraid and they were lonely, and then they sent out a message and to reach out for my services. However, we discover whether or not that's true and something that they really have been contemplating on and that they want to change their life on that free 30-minute discovery call. And so, for example, if they're just in the heat of the moment, typically they're not good candidates for coaching. They're just kind of still in the process. It doesn't mean that they're going to in the future, but in that moment, they might not be ready. On that call, also, I asked them, "What is your relationship to feedback?" And if they say, "Well, I can't handle criticism very well. I get defensive, or I don't really like it," to even that there is possibly a pause, I'll mention to them that I'm pretty direct. I'm not there to be their friend. I'm not there to also antagonize them. But if I was a personal trainer at the gym and I was, say, hired by you and I was pushing you, I would expect you to want your muscles to be a little bit sore, right? After all, you're hiring me to push yourself, you know, a little bit, further so you can build muscle or see the results that you want. Well, just like when it comes to coaching or mental work or whatever you want to call it, self improvement, it's the same thing. So you're going to push a person uh, out of their comfort zone. An example might be where a person comes to me and they're wanting to meet a new person. They want to be in an intimate relationship, and yet they're pretty rusty with meeting people. I might ask them, I'll give them a challenge, and it will be something like, "Well, we're going to work on your anxiety around that, but I want you to practice going out there and just saying hello to anyone because you need to get those muscles working again. So you're in more in that flow of socializing with just anyone. It doesn't matter if it's someone who you're interested in an intimate way, that you want to get, that flow again. But if a person's afraid of that, then it doesn't matter what type of advice I give them. It doesn't matter if I work, say, deep in their psyche and remove like the past trauma they went through. If they're not willing to put themselves into action and push themselves out of their comfort zone, it doesn't matter. They might as well just say, see a traditional therapist and just talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it without solutions. Whereas with my coaching and working with people, the only way I see people reach that level where they see positive change and they're happy in their life, it's where they remove the emotional blocks. They get clear with a new direction they want to go in, and then they move into the action, like I just mentioned. So, coaching is not the idea where you just talk and talk and you share your feelings and what bothers you to um, other insecurities. It's that plus doing the work, and doing the work is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So what happens when people get on these calls is that oftentimes they'll backpedal and they'll say, I will think about it. And this is after a conversation where it's clear that they know if they don't make this change, they're going to end up breaking up with their partner. The partner's possibly going to leave. So, and I also frame the call where, so you're saying that you want coaching to help you, say, stop drinking, or help you communicate in a better way rather than in an angry tone, to you want to be more open and flexible to even hold space for your partner when, say, she is communicating her emotions, to not take it in a defensive way, in a personal way where you feel like she's attacking you, and just say that man says, yes, that's what I want to do. And then I might explore with them, like, a little bit on the phone, like, where do you think that comes from? And they might say, well, my dad was a really angry person, and so and so. And then it might go to, well, what we need to do is help you do this, this, and this, and it's going to take this, and it's not like a bunch of work. And you can tell when a person really isn't ready, and they'll backpedal. They might say, well, I'll think about it, to, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, to, I'll just read some more self-help books, to, it's not really a big issue. And all those things come up. You want to know why? Is because fear is just right there, meaning all the things that actually create that problem is coming up in the call. Isn't that interesting? So, as an example, even I've worked with people who will um, tell me how they sabotage relationships, that they have a hard time doing self-care, to, when it comes to them, they put themselves last. And right before their first session, I've had some people say, something happened, and I need to take so and so to the airport. So they're once again putting themselves last, or they'll be in the middle of that problem they're trying to resolve, such as they might say, right now is not a good time because I'm really angry. I got in a fight with my wife, and so forth. And I'll say, but isn't that the perfect time when it's all coming up? And what it is that when all that stuff comes up, for many of us, we feel out of control. We feel vulnerable. And that comes up in just a simple conversation over the phone when we're not even coaching yet. Isn't that interesting? So, to do coaching, do, say, effective coaching, a person's going to have to be able to take that, say, I don't want to say risk, because I don't see it as a risk. Live in a poor way, and ways in which is destructive, is risking your life, and not really living. But take the chance to be open and vulnerable, and be able to see yourself how you really are, to maybe getting feedback from a person who, such as myself, who's neutral, not biased, and who might point out, like, some, say, personality friction points, the things that might push people away. That's a gift. It's not necessarily supposed to feel good. It's supposed to be truth that you need to hear, then do what you want with it. It's supposed to be things that maybe other people don't talk about and see, but you kind of feel it, and it gives you the opportunity to create, like, a new mental blueprint of how you like to be, to also dissolve maybe past trauma that is still there in your head, or you push it aside and you say, I don't want to talk about it, but it comes up in intimate relationships. And it gives you the opportunity to integrate all of that, make sense about it, and then again, move into action, the lifestyle or the direction you prefer, right? So, I don't know, by watching this video, what is coming up for you. I don't know, by watching this video, if you've been down that path where you're thinking, I really want to do some coaching. I really want to work myself. But I'll tell you this, that if you really want effective coaching, it's going to take this. It's, number one, just being seen with love and compassion by a person that you trust. Number two, uh, be open to the feedback that comes up through the coaching and that experience, and put it in a positive framework. This is what you're paying for, right? Like, just like if you're training, working out with a personal trainer, and you feel your biceps a little bit ripped, well, don't you want to grow your biceps? Or maybe if you're trying to lose weight, feel yourself like feeling a bit lighter, right? Um, Three, you want to be able to have life philosophies that support who you are now. You don't want to keep talking about your past. It's going to take personal responsibility to design the life you want to live. And then number four, it's living that way, moving into that action, getting to the gym, meeting new people, having that conversation with that person that you maybe you want to say sorry to reaching out to somebody you haven't spoken to in a while, such as a parent, just some type of action. And when you do all of that, life gets really good.
Hi, it's Dr. Ray here, and thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your support, and you are the one who drives this channel. So if you like to be notified when new videos come out, please subscribe to my channel and push the bell button so you are notified when new videos come out. I appreciate you supporting this channel.